We're continuing our movement journey, and this time we're going to Sri Lanka. Like always, we'll work out on the road, share some tips and tricks with you guys, and we'll show you how our natural rubber bands are made, from the tapping of the rubber tree to the processing of the rubber and all the amazing people behind it. After a long journey from Romania to Sri Lanka, it's time to get moving again.
Yeah, Sri Lanka, baby!
Brage is still working on his handstand push-up, and we keep up with our bodyweight push routine. After the workout and a good night's sleep in Colombo, we head for the Sri Lankan highlands to visit the rubber plantation I've connected with. The plantation is certified by the Forest Stewardship Council, or FSC, for sustainable and well-managed forestry. Apparently, they don't get too many visitors and welcomed us with open arms. We are now in Kaleni Valley in Sri Lanka, where we get our natural rubber for our exercise rubber bands. Let's take a look at how the rubber is tapped. Natural rubber is a product of the rubber tree. Once the rubber tree has grown for 6 years, it is ready to be tapped and will bear fruits for another 20 years. The tapping happens by making a cut in the bark of the tree and collecting the white runny sap that comes out in cups. This process is performed by skilled tappers and is repeated. Eventually, the place of incision is changed to allow the tree to heal. This white liquid is what will eventually become our natural rubber bands. To prevent coagulation, ammonia is added. The rubber latex liquid is centrifuged to concentrate the rubber and separate it from the water contents. This concentrated rubber liquid is stored in tanks and shipped off for manufacturing. At the manufacturing plant, the rubber liquid is vulcanized into tiny sheets that are combined to form thick sheets that is cut into the rubber bands. Although we were lucky enough to see the process, our manufacturing partner asked us not to share what they referred to as an indigenous technology of theirs. This layered technology is exactly what makes our band stronger and longer lasting than other brands. It means that small cracks in the outer layer won't continue inwards in the rubber band, basically making it snap resistant. The rubber plantation here is a whole indigenous community of hard-working people. They live here and work here. As a benefit, the workers receive land on which they get help to build their home. They have a preschool and children's school, and they were pretty excited to get visited by some strange people from the far north. After breaking bread one last time with our rubber friends, it's time to move on. We get a ride to the nearest train station, where we spend a night before taking the train to Ella. With a mediocre tasting yet filling breakfast, we had time for a handstand sesh before catching the train.
I would be lying if I said it tasted very good.
This operation going second to the bathroom in the morning. Always try to be the first one in.
Brage's handstand is now good enough to start focusing on a proper shoulder flexion and posterior pelvic tilt. So I tried to teach him the waist of the line using the wall.
Hello. Camera.
Yes. Men det där är bra.
The train ride to Ella was amazing. The scenery, the vibe, and pretty decent train food too. Since we didn't have seats and the train ride was about 3 hours long, we figured we might as well get some training in. And don't worry, our fellow passengers didn't mind at all. We all had a great time. Upon reaching Ella, there was still some time before sunset. And since we didn't get our vertical pulling done on the train, I figured it was time to show Brage how we can train for the one-arm pull-up, now that his muscle-up is improving.
So we're gonna hang up these rings and do a quick workout, and the place we want to attach them to is a bit high, as you can see. So it's a great opportunity for us to try out the long strap mode. We're basically using the exact same straps, but instead of doubling them like you usually would, we're basically gonna attach it through and thread it through the loop so that we can use the entire 5 meters of strap. Let's see how it works. This is that now we're attaching it like this, and we need to remember to get the excess strap in on the game, and there we go. Here's a quick tip on how to use rubber bands when you're working with rings. You just basically grab them like this on top of your hands with your thumb over, and you grab the rings. Simple as that. And then you need to get your knee inside. So doing a short maneuver like that, for example, and there you go. Then you can work your ways towards the pull-up step by step by choosing a smaller resistance band when you are stronger, for example. So for the one-arm pull-up, in order to make it as relevant for the one-arm pull-up as possible, what you do is simply put the rings or put the rubber band over the rings like this and go through it. I call it the veggie assisted one-arm pull-up. And now you basically grab on the opposite side. So I pull it over the left leg. I'm going to use my right arm here, like that, and that will give you help in the exact direction that you want for a one-arm pull-up. And you can adjust them by choosing a thinner or a thicker band, or using the multi-straps. You can actually adjust it step by step in more or less 1 kilogram steps.
Nice.
Mobility. Less awkward, grip the bands pretty far down and try to do it slowly without this dynamic.
Business for monkey 5 monkey.
Training to become like them.
After a good night's sleep, we decided to go for a hike to one of the many mountains in the area.
So we got ourselves some Imodium. I'm not sure if we should go into further details.
2 tablets of Imodium in. We are here hiking towards Ella Rock. 100 miles. Railroad dogs.
On our way back down, it started pouring down, so we hid under the roof of a train station where we got to squeeze in some handstand work before continuing back to our hotel. After a full day of hiking, some handstand push-ups and stretching, we decided to treat ourselves.
Pizza time. Pizza time. Pizza and ginger beer. We're gonna watch a comedy show.
The next day, our journey continues to the southwest coast of Sri Lanka. On our way there, we stopped by one of Sri Lanka's nature reserves to observe the magnificent wildlife. Down south, the plan was to relax and explore for a few days and to take a break after being constantly on the road for the past 3 weeks. Sunset handstands, amazing food, making new friends, surfing and working out.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah? Nice. Ah. Nice.
This way. You aim at the back. When you go backwards, look with your head. Here.
Brage's handstand line is already starting to clean up quite a bit. His tuck plunge has gone from no hold at all to several seconds, and he's now repping out deeper handstand push-ups on the wall. After the next episode, when we go to India, we will break down the crazy progress he's had during our travels. It's time for our last workout in Sri Lanka. Brage has already gone from learning his first muscle up 3 weeks ago to repping out 3 of them and keep getting stronger. The next stop from here is India. Here we'll explore the ancient Indian movement art of Malakam. We'll see how we can use plants to dye the color of Movement Made's upcoming clothing line, how we can prevent contributing to further pollution in the textile industry, and make clean active wear. You're watching a Movement Made journey. See you in the next episode.